some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello and welcome back to FANGIN N BANGIN with Gangrel and Kid Cadet. I believe we're on episode 24. I don't know because we lost Kid Cadet for a while.
I'm back.
And now she is, voila, she's back from the vanished, from the unknown, the abyss. I don't know. Maybe you can... Well, hello. Anyways,
Hi. It's so good to be back.
maybe you can, I don't know. Where the hell have you been?
Okay, so...
I kind of know, but where the hell have you really been? I mean, no.
I've been everywhere, man. Yeah,
Oh, it's good.
So, let's see. I don't even remember... What just fell?
I don't know. Our wax torture stuff or something. Right.
So, let's see. I was at Spooky Empire first, and then I went to Fanboy Expo in Knoxville. So, I've had a couple... I did like 3 conventions this past month. And then this past weekend, I was at Aventura Founders Day. So I'm just, now I'm coasting for the rest of the year. I just get to chill.
Oh, see, I thought you were lost in the American Airlines baggage claim.
Yeah, that was just such a fun, great experience. I was telling
from
you.
Knoxville, right? That was the Knoxville trip?
It was from Knoxville to Charlotte. I made it, and then Charlotte is when everything went crazy.
Yes.
But I'm blessed to be home. I made it back.
I think we talked about it on episode 23 last week or whenever the heck was here. Everything's starting to blend with me. I'm coming off the meds too, so I don't know. So my mind's starting to come back and starting to fire a little bit on some cylinders. So I'm starting to like throw dates out there. But yes, last week, episode 23, we kind of talked about it. All the American Airlines fiascos, and I'm not sure if the pilots just didn't come to work or what. But they're right up there right now. They made my heel list. They're with the big yellow heel in the sky spirit. The two, like, I still fly American, but I got one. I'm like $200 away from platinum. I'm at all the other things.
You're so close.
So, but and I have one more flight with them. But like I already started telling promoters. When I get mad, it's just kind of like when I get upset with somebody too. I totally just alienate. I just totally go to different directions. So I'm like, no, book me on Delta. It used to be like America because I had status. Now I'm like, no, Delta.
So is there like an airline that you're always comfortable flying? You're like...
It was American, but now I'm mad at them.
I feel United. You go with United?
Ooh, I do not like United.
Okay. I like anyone that has a TV on the back of the seat.
Well, I get that, but American, you can watch it on your phone, so you know you're
know.
on there, and then nobody else sees what you're watching.
So that happened to me.
Because what? Go ahead.
I was watching. Well, I was sleeping while I was watching Wedding Crashers, which you don't think is anything bad, and normally they edit it, to be on a plane. But they didn't, and there was lots of boobs. And I opened my eyes as I'm waking up, and I'm like, ah! And I'm like trying to, like, don't look.
Yeah, exactly. Usually when I'm watching the monitor in the back of a head resting, I look over and I realize that there's a sex scene going on. And I look over and I'll see the person looking at me watching it.
Like, first of all, mind your own business, okay?
Yeah.
But I thought they were supposed to edit for context or.
But it definitely was American. I get that you want the TVs. The Delta has the TV gimmick in the back of the seat too. So so now I'm just telling them Delta because I'm like super super hot, but like
ugh.
Yeah.
Major ugh. But please thank Anna for me for being here last week. And I think it was also a really great opportunity for her to promote her event, which just happened.
Oh, yeah. Good segue there.
Yes. That's called a segue, folks. Raymond working with the camera. Are we good?
So okay. I will thank her. And it was a very successful event. It was a We Will Overcome 2, WWO 2. She ran it in the CCW facilities. And it wasn't the biggest venues. But it was sold out, packed. Everybody was standing along the walls. She ran the show totally herself. I don't think she counted all the money totals, but the other one she ran at a bigger venue. But this one I think raised more money. I don't know the totals yet. She was supposed to give me the totals this morning, but she was still sleeping. But it was successful. Everybody came out. It was a great event, and I was so proud of her. So proud of her. She did a tremendous job from start to go. And she ran into the usual. Problems like you run into like on an independent show, right? You write your card. All right, we're gonna have 6 matches no matter what. Intermission, whatever. The show's gonna be an hour and a half. We're out of there 2 if something goes wrong. We're out of there by 2 hours. Well, people came up out of nowhere just showing up. Hey, we were told we were booked. Like this. But she held her ground. She goes, I didn't book you, and you're not working. I see people walk away like a little upset with their bags from out of state and everything, but she didn't book them, and it was they just roll up. Go ahead.
I want to know how you feel about that, because I've seen that a lot, obviously.
See, I'm getting hot. I'm pulling my jacket off my legs. I was freezing in here. Now we're getting summer. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, how do you feel about people just showing up hoping to be booked on a show?
Hoping is one thing. Expecting is another. All right. Now, I'm not against anybody coming and saying, "Hey, I'm here if you need an extra hand, whatever, ready to go or whatever." And then they go and do whatever. They blend into the back, or they go chill. Now, showing up and expecting to be booked, hey, I'm here to that's another thing that drives me absolutely nuts, because you have a structured show. I mean, I do feel bad when I see people, I would like to use this and that, because before when we started, they said always show up, always have your bag in your car and stuff like that. Just let people know you're there. So I'm totally cool with that. But these people were showing up saying they were booked or they're expected to be on there, and then they had faces when they weren't able to be used, But I was proud of her because she held her guns. She had 6 matches. She did add a dark match or a pre-show match or whatever, and she wasn't even happy about that. But she kind of liked the one guy who was there to help, and then the other guy showed up expecting to be booked because he's from out of the country, and they just put a belt on, whatever the situation was, or maybe he was misled, maybe somebody gave him the wrong information, but she put him on because she liked the other guy. Other than that, I don't think she would even did that match. So I was proud of her, because you got to have structure with shows. You can't have a show it goes 4 hours on a Sunday afternoon and stuff like that. People are going to lose interest. Especially with the show that she ran, and it's an epilepsy awareness show. We will overcome this. So you got to think half the people were wrestling fans, and the other half were people that were coming to support epilepsy, like so their families of people with epilepsy and stuff. So that was a lot of that. So it was like half wrestling and half that. So this is the first time they're going to see a wrestling event or a wrestling show, probably for the first time live. They've probably seen it. It's hard not to have seen wrestling on TV, but it's the first time you've probably seen it live. So when they come in there, you bore them to death with not bore them. Like, you can put a great show together. I've seen amazing shows that are 4 hours long. Look at WrestleMania. But but it's just this first time they're coming to a wrestling event. You don't want to overkill it, You want to leave them. They want to come in. Wow, that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. And they go right here at this peak. So hopefully they become a fan and they want to come back for more because they enjoyed it. If you go out there and you kill them with 10 matches that are long or overdue, and then
what do you consider to be the sweet spot? Like, anything over 2.5 hours? Including intermission, kind of gets...
Any show I ever personally ran with GWA or anything else, if it ran over 2 hours, I was about to chop heads. 1.5 to 2 hours for me, 7 matches top, but prefer 6.
Yeah, because when you're working the event too, I mean, and it does get a little like it becomes a lot. And one of the promotions that I used to ring announce for, the shows would go 3 to 4 hours, and then have to drive home after, and it becomes a lot.
You start to not like wrestling. Even if the match is good, you're not watching anymore. You're so tired. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go.
And also, you have to show up in advance too. There's preparations. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
There's preparations, and then there's also I've been known to have early call times because it's a lot of students and we do a lot of setup. So, if I got a 4 o'clock show, my call time may be 1. Now, Anna had a 4 o'clock show and she had a 12 o'clock call time, but she just wanted to make sure, these were all students. She was mostly students. They got there and we set the chairs up. So, but I got there, so the call time was 12. I got there at 10:30. So, it's not even my show. And I was working it, and that was the last match. But I got there at 10:30 and I started mopping. The call time wasn't until 12. And when she says 12, unfortunately, when you say 12,
it means
you really mean 1 in your head. You're hoping they show up by 1, and then the doors open at 2:30. But so when I would run a show though, I don't know, my call times would vary, but if it was a 4 o'clock show, I'd probably say 1 at the earliest. But if you were 1 for students. Now, if you were a talent that I brung in, that I know that you can wrestle, that I hired you, and I'm paying you professional wage, then, if it was 4, I'd ask for you to be there by 3, no later, but 2:30.
Well, because, some people, because let's say that it is a hired talent, and let's say they're working a student, it's nice to have time to go over a match, and sometimes you want to do that inside the ring, and then if someone shows up late, you don't really have that opportunity.
No, you don't have that opportunity, but I like to think anybody I train really doesn't need to go in there. Fair enough. Right, no, on my end, I feel like they should be good enough to be able to
call
that.
in the ring. You mean?
Now, yes, to be calling, but there's things you get to the ending of the match. You start with the ending. The way I teach and train the ladies and gentlemen, you call your finish first.
Okay.
Because that's the last thing that people see. That's the most important thing. No matter what, you can work up to that. You get that done, because if you call that, if something changes and you haven't called the other stuff, at least you have that done. Also, you call that first so you don't do anything bigger than that as you build up to that. Because everybody starts here. What happens is they start in the beginning, and they call, oh, this is cool. And they're all excited as they call this. Oh, this will be cool here. This will be cool here. This will be cool here. And then when they get to the end of the match, you're like, oh, we did this already, we did this. And so what are you going to do, a triple indie here? So then it just gets all insane, and it's usually just ridiculous at the end. It doesn't even make sense because they didn't want to even backtrack and take away what they call, and so they try to leave that. Always start here so you don't do anything bigger than here. Everything builds up to that, right? And then no matter what, if you're here and you called that first and they change the order, you can always work to that. Anything goes wrong in between A, B, and C, you already have D called, so you're gonna deliver on D. You know what I mean?
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so
that's why you're a teacher, and
no, it's just some of my preferences. But guys that are coming in to wrestle, they're professionals. I wouldn't ask them to come in and sit there that early. Now, I would ask my students to come in because we're setting up or talking. But I've had a call time that I wasn't 2 hours ahead of them. I've always been there even earlier than they are. Even Anna's call time, not my show, but I was there mopping and everything else because that's just me. I'm a 6P guy. We know we've gone over the 6Ps tons of times here. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. But that show ran. I got to say that show, and I never hardly say this, and I don't like these words never, but it was on point. It ran, boom, boom, boom. It started at 4. By 7, a quarter to 7, and I live a half hour away from there. By 6:45, I was already home with my gear in the wash, getting ready to eat dinner. And that's taking all the chairs down, cleaning the whole building out, locking it up, and going.
That's amazing. So, I'm upset that I couldn't be there, but I'll be there for the next one.
Thank you, and she would love you there. It was a fun show.
She did reach out to me.
Okay.
But I had Aventura Founders Day, which I've done since I've lived in Aventura, so I was...
So what's Aventura's Founder? That's right here in northern Miami?
Yeah, so basically...
we're in South Florida, people, just in case you're wondering. So lovely, beautiful South Florida, which was a lovely, toasty 73 degrees today.
Gorgeous weekend.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I told Anna, I'm so sorry you got a show. I want to skip and go.
No, it's so beautiful for the next day or two until it goes back to the inevitable. Yeah. But yeah, so basically this year they asked me to sing Disney songs. So I got to sing some songs from Moana and Little Mermaid and Frozen. So. Well,
I'm a little lost, so can you sing us a Frozen song?
You want me to sing a Frozen song?
I do.
Okay. It's going to be loud, though. Do you want me to blow out these microphones?
What about a Little Mermaid song?
The Little Mermaid? Okay.
Well, let's sing one that's not so loud. You don't have to be loud. Uh-oh.
That's all right. Sorry, I'm getting in the...
Pick whoever one.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I am the girl who has everything? How does it go? I'll cut to the end. Ready? Okay. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that world. There we go.
Okay. What's her collection?
She has
shells or brushes?
She has forks that she thinks are brushes.
Oh, okay. So she wants to be part of the... This is the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, Little Mermaid.
So she's stuck in the ocean. She wants to be in the
She wants legs.
Oh,
and
okay.
then it's a whole
I had to pick that up in a little bit of it. I was just listening to the lyrics. Very lovely, very beautiful.
You don't know the Little Mermaid soundtrack?
I'm afraid of mermaids. Raymond has got me terrified of mermaids.
And then...
or sirens or mermaids. Which one is it, Raymond?
Sirens.
Mermaids. Yeah. But this is a pretty mermaid. Little mermaid. She didn't have red hair. She has red hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a Little Mermaid. Yeah. Because she had the little brush. You could buy them in like the stores. You see the Little Mermaid thing with the hair.
What? Red? Oh no. No.
What do y'all think? Should Kid Cadet dye her hair red?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
No.
Don't. What are you doing, Raymond?
Let's put a poll.
You could put a poll up, but I'm going to tell you, I've never had any luck with a redheaded girl.
I've been red before.
It's all gone very, very bad.
I feel like a lot of people are rocking colored hair right now. And so that's why I'm...
You went back to the blonde?
Yep. So many people.
That's why I'm rocking the kind of white blonde. Wait, I should just say, I'm thinking honestly, my hair, it's like this color, like it's like white, like I don't even know, like I'm thinking about just I hope my hair guy's not listening to this because he'd lose a client every month. Like he loves that I schedule everything when I leave out of the next time. He goes, "Oh, you're always on time. You're so early." I love it. Like he knows I'm guaranteed like money every month, you know. But I was thinking about going just letting it be because I don't see the difference. Every time I go in there and leave, I do not see the difference.
Because you're platinum. It's because you're platinum blonde.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my rapping. It's going.
Wait, you want to rap? I sang you want to rap?
Oh, I don't know.
And it's Eric my eye.
Oh, that's not rap. That's.
You're right. It's not ish.
My mama taka to me, tried to tell me how to live. Dun, 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 dun. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a seal. Dun, 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 dun. My daddy caught me in the bathroom with a pair of pantyhose. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, something like that.
It's a talent show, folks.
And I just got the hook. Ah! Oh, that hurt myself. Oh, got a grizzled neck. Everything's grizzled on me lately. I'm still battling this crazy injury stuff, whatever it is. I don't even remember getting hurt. Like, it's been over a month. I know you've been gone and vanished and been on a milk carton and found again, and I'm still not better. I'm still not better. We put milk cartons out looking for you.
You did?
Yeah, we're worried.
I'm lactose intolerant. What are you doing?
I was worried because I was watching the news, and then I saw this Southwest Airlines accused this lady of trafficking.
I know, that's
human
so sad.
Yeah, she was mad. I was thinking, Kid Cadet is lost.
I'm bad. Guys, I'm right here.
We see now. We were very concerned. If it had been one more episode, we definitely would have.
You would have sent up the smoke signals, or is that what they call it?
I think we'd had Jude here under the lights.
Oh.
Where is she? It's always the husband. It's always the husband.
Yes, that's a whole nother.
So, what did I tell you about that other thing? I know we're all over the place, but
that's okay.
The couple, I told you, went in the woods to kill himself there.
Brian Laundrie?
Yeah, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
That piece of work right there, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, what a real...
Yeah, so I mean, like when the whole thing was going down, obviously they had some domestic issues back and forth, but I think he just lost it and something went too far.
Yeah.
And I don't think he meant to, probably, and then he just had to deal with that.
Do you ever mean to? I mean, yeah, it's just so...
Well, yeah, there's some people that mean to hurt people. I've met a few.
Yeah, ick. But, ugh. I know. I wish, like, my biggest thing is, like, that's the fearful way to do it, is to take your own life rather than face the consequences. Like, don't be a, you know.
Yeah, over that. I've been there, though. I've been there. I've been, not over, like, I've never hurt somebody else like that. But I've been there wanting to take my life. And the thoughts run through your head. It's a horrible feeling. But he did something like that. I don't know. He did something unforgivable. Yeah. I don't know what I would have done in that situation because I can't even put myself in that situation.
Please
nor do I even think I have the mind frame to, not today, to do that. Maybe I could at some other time try to really sympathize and put myself in that. I just really can't. That one's too much. But I've been in some dark places and I've had a gun in my mouth.
No, dude.
No, I've been there. Life's. I didn't though, but I didn't. And then I thought, like at the end, when everything's said and done, the reason it stopped is because of the phone call. Have I ever told you this story? Maybe. I never told you guys this. Oh wow. I don't know if this is appropriate time or not to tell something like this, but I don't know. Since we're talking about, and that's why I'm always advocate for mental health awareness and stuff like that. And I probably going to try to get with CCW, probably put a show together for something like that. Because, if Anna can go out there and have the courage to run 2 shows now for epilepsy awareness, I could put a show together for mental awareness, right? So, dealing with Luna and all that, the Dark Side of the Ring's aired. Like, I didn't tell him half the crowd. I held back on so much stuff. I wouldn't want it out there. But I'll put this out there because this is more about me per se than her. But it's us as a situation. Like, I didn't want to go, like, this trip to Nashville. A lot of things happened, or Phoenix, but I went to an Athletes International Ministries, AIM. Was out there, and a fella came up to me. And this fella came up to me, and he said, God sent me over here. I got to get your phone number. I said, yeah, you and Andy Warhol. But I'm like, I took God on his phone, you know what I mean? I just made whatever smart, sarcastic-ass joke I came up with. He kept telling me, his name is Jamie, and he kept telling me, no, I really got to get this number. I'm over. I got to get this phone number. And I ribbed him for like a half hour. Like, I'll give you my number. I don't know you. Because I didn't want to be there, and I was already angry that I was at this place anyways. It's a long story. I'm cutting to the short story. So I give this guy, finally give him the phone number of the house. 3 months later, now, when I was there with this Athletes International Ministries trying to make things work, we were like such a rocky relationship. It's all over the place. But I was mad. I was like not working this relationship out now. It's her wanting to work it out. She's found God and whatever. The course, she was on the path, but I wasn't on that path, and I was mad as hell. 3 months later, we're home, and she's in the bedroom, and there's so much. I don't know how many days we've been up, but there's so much cocaine everywhere, pills, ecstasy. She's in the room throwing stuff. I've got to kill myself, And this is not like she's schizophrenic, bipolar, whatever you want to name it. It was, and so she was in there, and I was just like, the day before this, the lead up to this day, we were arguing about something, and I just went in the living room and quit arguing. I was tired of arguing, right? So I went in the living room, and she pulled the gun out. It was a 9mm, it was Glock, and she goes, I'm going to kill myself, and I go, I don't care. Like, I didn't know what to say anymore. Like, and I don't mean to sound terrible, but I was like, she goes, I'm going to kill you. And I said, I don't care. And I turned the TV up a little bit more, and she put the muzzle in the back of my head, boom, And I just didn't move or nothing. I'm like, I was just so done. Like, and she goes, I'm going to do it. I go, I don't care. And then she put her knuckle, so she put the gun, like, her back of her hand to my head, and actually fired the weapon into the wall. And I didn't budge or anything. I thought, I'm still here. I turned the remote. I turned the TV up even louder and started watching. You don't care. And like, God, at this point, it was a desperate time. I didn't care. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fix this. I didn't know how to get out of this. I've loved her so much, but our life is just spun out of so much control. It's ridiculous. And it's just embarrassing, but it happens. So if you're out there and this has happened, it happens to everybody. You got to, seek some help, talk to somebody. Don't just get crazy. And I don't want to use the word crazy, but don't just get so desperate you do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life, or you hurt your family members. So the next day comes. There hadn't been no sleep yet or anything like that. Still, she's in that room. Now we're back to where we were. She's in there like throwing something. I just want to die. Fuck. F this, F that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting in the living room. It's like 3 a.m. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore, And I get the gun, I get it. I take it, and I sit outside that door, which felt like a lifetime. But it might have only been 5 minutes, but it felt like forever. Just, I'm just going to go in here and end this. I'm going to take her life, then I'm going to take my life. I said, I can't do it anymore. She'll be happy, and I won't have to. I'll just have silence, whatever. I don't know. I'm not rationalizing anything. Like, by this time, I hadn't been doing any more drugs or anything like this. I just didn't know what to do. I'm just sitting there. I've been staring at the TV for like it felt eternity. Like it was like MTV or something was on, some kind of music station with videos. So I don't know if it's VH1 back then. It's probably MTV still. So it's going on, and I have this in my hand, and I'm like, no, I'll take her life, and I'll sit there and wait for the police. She'll at least be happy. Like, it was almost like in my head, I was rationalizing, like, she'll be happy. She won't be in pain anymore, and this and this and that. And I sat there forever, what felt like forever, and I go, I can't do that. What am I thinking? I can never hurt anybody else. Like, I can never hurt anybody. Like, so I go and I sit in the living room, and I go, I'm done. I could take my life though, So I was gonna kill myself because I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do any of this. I couldn't figure out how to get out of this, and it's a vicious merry-go-round that was broken and wouldn't stop. It's a broken merry-go-round. Sometimes it's gonna throw you off, because it's picture just out of control merry-go-round. Without any harmony or any balance in it, just spinning like. Just sitting out there, and I go, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm done. So I take the gun, and I remember turning up the TV louder. For whatever reason, I don't think like people are gonna hear it. They're gonna hear it. They heard it when she shot it the day before. But I turned it up, and I remember putting the barrel in my mouth and biting down on it. I can remember feeling how I could feel it like in my teeth, but you really couldn't, but you could. I thought I could feel it, and I could smell the gunpowder because I'd been fired the day before, and I was like hyperventilating, like trying to get the whatever to shoot it, to pull it, the nerve to pull. And the phone rang, and I remember jumping out of my skin like I shot when I was like, what? And the phone was ringing, and I'm like, what the hell? Like my heart's pounding, it's pounding, and I got the weapon in his hand. And it was back then we had the answer machine that you could hear when they answered it. Beep. This is like, so it's like 3:30 in the morning. The answer machine rings, and it's that dude, Jamie. He goes, hey, man, I don't know if you remember me. I'm so sorry to be calling this time in the morning, but I was the guy that asked you for your phone number. Remember, I said, God said he wanted me to get your phone number. He said, I just feel like I'm supposed to be calling right now. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, I pulled that clip out, took it out of the chamber. I set that weapon down. I never touched that weapon again. Like, I was like, what the heck, like, so, yeah, so like, so you could be in like some crazy dark places, and I've been there, so I know what it feels like to want to end your life or possibly feel like to end other things, and it's not the answer. And so if you're out there, please, just call whatever hotlines or 800. Raymond's put numbers up before on our things and stuff like that. So suicide prevention, mental health, please just reach out to somebody, because there's people that have been there, maybe not your situation, but have been in some similar situations, and Mike can relate with you better than you just trying to relate with yourself by yourself, So reach out to somebody. But,
well, I'm just so thankful that you're here, like that's...
Torture everybody.
So be it.
I'm here fanging and banging just to mess with them. But don't, like the universe is so weird, and higher powers and
that
stuff
is
like that.
So... And, I mean, speaking of help, it's not obviously exactly the same thing, but this past week with Moxley, he went away to rehab.
Right.
So you shouldn't feel ashamed to ask for whatever help that you may need. There's help available to you,
right. Let me ask you about that. So yeah, he went alcohol and stuff like that, which is just get your help. Now, I haven't watched much of TV, but when I turned on, I was trying to watch some of Dynamite. I mean, I didn't get even one match in, but it's all I kept, it seemed like all they kept saying. It's like John Moxley. Do you think they should be promoted, or do you think that should have been private, or do you think did he say he wanted people to know about it?
He told Tony Khan, and Tony Khan said that it was okay to make it public, which I thought was interesting that it wasn't Renee that made it public. But like, okay, maybe if your wife says it, makes a statement like you said, I don't want them to like. It made it almost feel like. Well, I think
they trying to make this a world caring company, and
I think it's more that they're trying to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal to ask for help. Look,
okay.
if somebody that's in this prominent position is willing to better themselves, you can do it too.
Okay, well, I didn't listen to the whole show, but I just heard it so much so quick. I was like, well, yeah, all right, yeah. Well,
and they're reworking storylines and stuff too, obviously, but
I guess. It's an easy for them to explain if they can announce it like that. But
I respect that he's being public about it.
Him, yes,
like I think
I'm
it's
just
amazing.
not so sure that I'm good with
the company.
Yeah, that's all.
I think it's because we're just not used to it. Because normally, if somebody does need help or goes to rehab, it's like a hush hush thing. Mm-hmm. But I think it could be up to the person if they are comfortable with it being public. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty open with everything. I imagine if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, please. I don't want people to, I don't hide anything. I wear everything on the sleeve, out Well, then probably some things I hide. I just can't remember it yet, but I probably hide them. If I could remember them,
We'll get to that in the next episode, guys. Don't
we'll
you
unlock
worry.
that. That's a different Pandora's box.
Oh, yeah. That's the other box. But,
It's the other box. It's the other box. Yeah, but, yeah, man, it's so crazy. This everything that's going on in the world of wrestling with all the releases and all that
I think we
stuff.
should talk about it.
Yeah.
Because-
I don't even know who got some names.
A lot of really wonderful talent. You know, Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux. I mean,
Right.
he was just brought up to the main roster. Apparently, he hated the mask, which you know,
I thought he picked it. I didn't
no,
know.
he said it was kind of given to him, and
Oh,
he really didn't
okay.
like it. And then Keith Lee, Mia Yim, right? Eva Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Out. Quite a few people from Nia Jax, which is kind of surprising. Quite a few people from NXT, like really good up and coming talent.
Yeah.
Just
Well, NXT, they revamped that whole project and stuff like that.
it makes me like kind of once again, like I'm not a wrestler, I'm not aspiring to be a wrestler, but if they said to me, if you're over 23, sorry, like you're out. Isn't that like a little like?
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, they want younger talent.
I'd actually want you to be at least. I would probably go the other route and want you to be at least 23, like so you have a little bit of maturity level to handle the success you're going to possibly be given to understand it. Much like, football players they go to college and they got to play in college before they can go to the NFL. Better chance of them getting an education, a better chance of them understanding what their money. Also, them to get some of that crap out of their system, that immaturity stuff and all that, so they represent the NFL in the proper way. Like basketball goes, you can go straight to whatever, and then there's so much stuff goes sideways. I think you need to be a little bit older. I mean, not necessarily 20. I mean, if you're 22 and you're mature, 20. I mean, but I wouldn't release people because they're over 23.
I think a lot of it is because they want to mold, rather than someone going to a school or, having independent experience. They want to like mold people the WWE way.
I can take it to I train a facility and show you about 10 people that are 22 that haven't been molded yet, and they could be ready to be molded. So that's that's not really. That's really tough. Cause that doesn't give a lot of people hope. That kind of like that,
no, it's very discouraging.
So what are you saying? If you're in a training and a wrestling facility somewhere, you're being coached at 22, you should just quit because you're
I mean, let's not forget there are other options outside of WWE, and this is like you said, they revamped. They could revamp again and realize it's another boo boo.
I've always done wrestling out of love. I was just blessed to have gotten anything I've gotten out of it. I probably would have still did it right through to the end, and I still do. I wrestle hard and everything else. I do it out of love. And when I was in WWE, I didn't even realize I was in WWE. It was like that was just all cream extra. That's just icing on the cake. For me, it was. That's how I looked at it. So, but it's going to shatter a lot of people's hopes and dreams. But me, I'm thinking, hey, there's CCW here. Like, not that I'm trying to plug where I'm training at or anything, but they have 100 shows next year, if not more. They've added more dates there, and more dates are coming in. So maybe you don't go to WWE, but maybe you work CCW. I know a lot of AEW guys, a lot of Ring of Honor guys, and a lot of NXT guys that got let go are all calling them and all trying to, because they know that they're running a lot of shows. So I think territories will come back. Stuff like that keeps going on. You keep releasing people, there's going to be a lot of talented people out there that are mature and do have a head on their shoulders, and they're going to get motivated. And there's a lot of other stuff that can happen.
Well, Jude and I were having the conversation, what would this have been like? Obviously, this isn't the first batch of releases. There's been quite a few huge names over the course of the past year or so. What would it been like had these releases happened during the Attitude Era? Can you imagine? They're
everybody's old in the Attitude Era. I was young when they're
but I'm they're Eddie Guerrero's been released, Rey Mysterio. How do you? Does it translate?
The Attitude Era, everybody had 10 to 15 years of experience into I don't want to say territories, but they've been working in Japan, or they had been working. A lot of them did do the territories. I did Stampede, I did USWA, I did Memphis, I did Puerto Rico. So, and I was still considered young there, young compared to a lot of the other people in the Attitude Era. So, that couldn't happen then. This is there's so much stuff in wrestling that wouldn't happen then that has happened now because wrestling is where it is. But what you got to keep in mind, and I'm a really true believer of this, is cycles. Everything happens in cycles. There's cycles. There's 5-year cycles. There's 10-year cycles. There's 5-year cycles. Like, so everybody thought, hey, wrestling would never probably go back to bigger guys again. Well, it's heading back towards bigger guys. You know, some of these releases might have been a lot of guys under 6'2", you know, and I'm just saying, wrestling when I started, they told me I'm 6'2", well, 6'2", now I'm 260, 265, but when I started, I was like 220, 230, and they told me that I'd be lucky to make anything anywhere in wrestling, that I'd be a junior heavyweight or a cruiserweight. They didn't use the word cruisers back then, so it would have been a junior heavyweight because dudes were monsters. They were low, like 6'5", 6'8", all just like Lord humongous, you know, big dudes. So, I mean, everything cycles, so things come around there. I mean, AEW will probably keep hanging in there. Hopefully it keeps hanging in there. I think territories will come back. Little ones, not big ones all over, but like Florida. I believe Florida will be back. I believe Florida will be back. And I think CCW, again, I'm not plugging it because I'm there. If they get the right, he sounds like it, but if they get no, but I'm saying they got to get some more direction. Like, it's all over the place. If they take they got to take a couple negative influences out or get them under control and put like one person or something in charge of something and the other person in charge of towns, the other person in charge of this. It work together because one person can't handle all that shit. So it's like, and it's not shit, it's just positive things, but one person can't do everything and control everything. You got to turn trust and things over to other people to be successful. Like, in that situation, you know, Vince McMahon can run everything he wants, I supposedly, I guess. But
is he? I mean, I've been seeing a lot of stuff that it's this other guy.
Bruce Pritchard?
Name, Nick Khan? The guy.
Oh, he's the president.
Yeah, well, I feel like
he's probably just a fall guy.
I
think final word always comes down to Vince. It doesn't matter if he's senile and crazy. Like
I'm gonna look up the
Bruce
releases.
Pritchard's running NXT, right? With or John Laurinaitis. Johnny's there too, right? Johnny's doing a lot of hires and stuff like that with him.
So out of I'm trying to look up.
I think their next group of hires and tryouts will be like December, I think.
Who would you say was the biggest? Oh, and Ember Moon's gone too. Frankie Monet, Orny Lycan. Who would you say is the biggest surprise? Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado.
Well, Kevin Cross probably.
You think so, Karen Cross?
I call him Karen. Yeah.
I think I'm with you on that. I think I'm with you.
But what I want to say, what caused that? Was it a couple thing because they want to split them up? Did they push back or something?
They had no intention of bringing up Scarlett, and I think that Karrion didn't make the exact impact that they were expecting him to, bringing him up. But I hate to say a lot of it was Scarlett. Like, Scarlett, in my opinion, when they were in NXT, was the reason why they were so successful. It was a pair.
I always thought his name was Kevin. Was Kieran Cross?
Karrion.
What's his real name? Kevin.
I'm not sure.
I think it was I don't know. Cross. So I'm going to say Cross because I'm going to F that first name up constantly. So Cross is with Scarlett.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Raymond was saying that it could be couples and vaccines and this and this and that, but I don't know, man. I think maybe there's more to the fact that he went up and she didn't, and they maybe were power playing. I don't know, like, because they like to mess. They've always split couple. Like Luna would get fired so many times. I'd see them try to always work couples against each other and do this and this and that. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they weren't able to work them against each other. And you said like you didn't have the biggest impact as you thought.
Right, but. I look at a lot of them, have made statements since their release, and they're going to be okay, guys. I mean, like, obviously getting released and maybe without any heads up is shocking, but they're going to be okay. There's
just get him to play like a new Terminator, write another Terminator movie, and he could be the Terminator.
But there's like, they're already taking bookings from 90 days out, They're already booked.
Which guys like me should be going, damn it. More releases. More people coming after my spots.
No, more opportunities for opponents.
Well, no, budgets and stuff. But it can either half glass, half full. Half empty, half full. I feel bad for him, but no, I've always been blessed. Like, to be honest, and I think I said it couple of times. I've said a lot on here. I'm hinting that, like, I'm as much as Kiss is at the end of the road. I'm hot at them for now. I know that Kiss is not coming back.
They're not coming back, guys. We know.
Yeah. We both have had tickets to the Kiss concert. That got postponed, canceled, postponed, and now who knows what's going to happen. But I don't think they're coming back. Is that I'm getting to the end here. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get over this back thing, whatever it is. I still can't feel my leg. I'm able to make shows, but I look horrible. I've gained 20 pounds. But I'm sure I'm going to get over this by next year. But I plan on making 2022 my last year. I plan on wrapping it up by November. I plan on, Halloween, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Whatever it is, when Halloween rolls around, I think November, I plan on November 1st being in there, having a knee surgery, and then moving on with just signings and not that because of my love of it. I don't hate wrestling. I still love it. I think I just want to be able to walk and have a pretty good life with Susan after wrestling. I don't want her to. I don't think it's fair to her to inherit a guy that I can't even stand up straight, or my leg is so bow-legged that I'm like hitting parking meters when I'm walking to the beach because but I'm on the sidewalk with my knees clipping everything because it's so pushed out and bow-legged, or I wear not this one, but I wear a Fitbit watch, right? It logs more stair steps when I'm walking than it says I'm doing stairs when I'm walking because I got such a bad limp, right? But this is fixable, see? But I only get one fix because of how bad it is. They can only fix it once, so they're saying I got to retire or quit wrestling after that. That is not going to happen this year, but it may happen by the end of next year. So,
well, you're going to have one hell of a year. I know it.
Yeah, if I can get this straightened out, then if I can't get this straightened out, then I don't know if I'm gonna move forward that year. I have a lot going on next year already, but hopefully I'm pretty confident I'll get this straightened out. And but I plan on and then I'm not gonna be one of those guys. I'm done and I'm back. I'll do it, and I'll do it like a lot like Kiss. Even though I got jammed on the shirt, I didn't see this concert, but I got the shirt. I'll try to get the dates booked so far out. Like I'll just tell people. Try to print the town and all that, make a little shirt
cool.
up, a little retirement tour, and have some fun with it, and say farewell. And then hopefully by then, FANGIN N BANGIN here will be doing well and stuff like that, and other adventures and stuff like that, so we can gracefully transition into the afterlife. I can do the Prince, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to
this thing called
life. Yeah, boom. All right, we got to get rocking and rolling, so we need to probably move on to Pandora's box, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to whine it because I'm so tired. What's in the box? Trying to get Anna to do that while you weren't here.
What?
The Pandora's box, right?
She didn't do Pandora's box?
Yeah, she did do it, but she didn't do what's in the box? She tried it. She did say it once, but it was like, she felt very uncomfortable, I think, going, what's in the box?
That's okay.
She hasn't seen the movie.
Either has Raymond.
No, Raymond, you haven't seen it yet? You were supposed to see that 2 months ago. Really? Yeah, she asked you to. I remember she demanded it of you, actually.
Yo, we're going to argue again.
She did say, hey, your homework was a C7. No. I remember that clearly.
Raymond. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Danhausen is now a free agent due to Ring of Honor releases. Where do you think he would be more successful, WWE or AEW? This is from Brandon Lee, BJJ.
Not Van Dam Housing. The Danhausen, Mr. I don't know that he was he released or did Ring of Honor close?
They released or after the final event, they're releasing all their talent.
Right. So he's a victim of a company closing or restructuring. So will he find success in WWE or AEW is the question. WWE, no, I don't think so. That's just my opinion, though. Not that I don't like him, and I don't like that I like his character, and I actually like him. From what I know of him, a little bit of time I spent around them, besides him being Canadian and a little bit suspect, we're okay with that. No, I love
Canadian by marriage.
By marriage.
Yes.
Oh, so he's from here then.
Detroit.
Well, yeah. Close enough to the border. Right. But I love Detroit, Motor City. Detroit, Rock City. But I don't know. AEW maybe. I mean, Orange Cassidy's there. Orange Cassidy can do it. Danhausen definitely could do it. I think Danhausen could go there, and I honestly could see Danhausen with Darby Allin. I believe Danhausen could tap into an inner darkness and come on, or he could be a comedic relief for Darby Allin after Darby Allin's run. Everything he's run so dark. I mean, he can only go so long and be so dark for so long.
It's a lot of face paint.
Yeah.
You got Sting, Darby, Danhausen.
How long's Sting gonna be there? I mean, I don't know. I don't know his contract situation or anything like that. But I can see Darby and Danhausen.
Darbhausen.
No,
is that how it works? Is that I was trying to do the name mashup. I'm terrible at it. Yeah, I mean, I think that could be interesting. I know he's like really good friends with like Ethan Page. He seems to have a thing with like MJF. I think that there's a lot of angles.
MJF and Ethan both have that sense of humor of Danhausen, so I can see them all getting along and going and eating donuts somewhere and doing a blog on it or something like that. So they all have that. And Ethan as well. He's Canadian anyway. So Ethan's Canadian. And I love Ethan Page.
I do too.
I love Ethan. Tremendous human being. He's got his daughter, his family. I worked for him when he probably still has his company. I don't know. In Canada, I've wrestled for Ethan. He's brought me in a few times. Great people. I wrestled MJF. He, one time I worked him. We wrestled in some kind of elimination match. So we get in the match. The match goes off. I get in there with him, and he wants me to bite him. Right. So I bite him. He's like, "Hey!" He rolls out, and this is MJF. The guy's he rolls out, disappears. Well, a couple of the eliminations go. I'm still in there. The lights go out. My music hits, and here he comes out with fake vampire teeth and his own thing. He comes in the ring. Like he's a vampire now. I just look at him and. You know, he bumps. He's a comedy guy too, deep down inside. He really likes comedy and stuff. So, well, from that, I got that sense. So Ethan, I can see that connection there. He would fit in somewhere in there somehow, even if he was just the guy that popped up randomly, like some freaking commercial, and they're like. Did you see something?
Thank you for that. Oh
Did you see something? Did you hear something? And then he pops back up. And like, what? In the middle of a serious promo or something, you know. I can see him in AEW, yes.
I think you're coming for his job. I think that was a little too good. And obviously you want to wish him a very speedy recovery.
Yes, a speedy recovery to him and Mance Warner. They both broke their legs on the same show. What the hell are you guys doing on that show, guy? What show was this? And whatever show this is, do not book me to flip on it because I'm not going down. Like there's some juju, some black cars, something going on in that, man. Both guys, please. Although somebody's told me that he's kind of like I'm not so down. I don't understand the whole what is that called? GoFundMe thing. That's I'm gonna have to get one from my back if I could pull in $45,000 overnight. I'm gonna get a GoFundMe from because I missed a lot of shows and then I've also worked. I'm not gonna miss months and weeks. And I figured out how to get back and work around it, but that's interesting too. But that's a topic for another day. But I do wish him a speedy recovery and positive vibes. And he's a great guy.
Amen. All right, next one.
Yeah,
it's from our friend Curve So Solo. Shout out to you, Curve. Week too. What's your oh boy. Oh, so this is gonna.
You hear a tone in that?
Hopefully not too much heat on this one. What's your least favorite state to travel to and why? And any horror stories? That's
least favorite state.
Be careful. Well, can I throw one out there?
Yeah.
Only because it probably takes the longest to get to. Alaska's pretty far. I've never been.
No, but it's dope as hell.
Never been.
It's awesome. The flights are nothing for the beauty you'll see in Alaska and everything.
What about Florida?
I travel really far out my door. I'd say Iowa.
Really?
Yeah.
The land of Slipknot.
Yeah, flip that place. No, it's just I haven't had any really good luck. Like one time I was there, I tried to stab a 6'8" guy. The next time I was there, I just slapped the guy in his ear and DDT'd him out of nowhere. I have had no luck in Iowa. No, a lot of drinking in Iowa, but I don't drink anymore. So maybe I don't know. Iowa. I can't give you one. I have to name a state. I just gotta name it. I don't know. I just picked one that I could remember.
You picked it.
That had memories. So Iowa. Yeah.
Iowa it is. Okie dokie.
The land of Slipknot, which I didn't see. How was that concert?
So amazing.
Was it? Like I was gonna go, but I was
next
hurt.
The next one, you'll come with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had Slipknot playing all day in the school. I kept saying, "Who's playing that devil music?" Because Anna had it on. She goes, "It was Rage Against the Machine," and then like I guess it carried over to Slipknot.
It was one of the best. Like getting to see Alice and Slipknot in the same month. But I love Alice.
Could have
but
been
that Slipknot
Kiss
show
Alice and
was.
Slipknot. But...
Now I'm triggered. All right, this one is from Alex Too Cool, but with a K.
Kiss Alice with Slipknot. Oh, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
Can you believe it? And Blue October. Shout out to Blue October. Okay. Alex Too Cool with a K wants to know, did Luna get along with Edge and Christian?
Yes, of course. They're Canadian. the Canadian connection, and
Ooh, the Canadian connection.
Jay, Christian, yeah. No, yeah, she got along with them both. Like, she loved Edge. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. They weren't hard. Like, Jay could rub you a certain way sometimes. He's got a personality he's got a personality. If you don't understand it, you could take it wrong. Edge is just lovey-dovey, always. So, but I think Luna understood Christian's personality and stuff. And, yeah, she got along with both of them. Yeah. She was so glad when I traveled with them because they were pretty, straight-edged and stuff at the time.
The convention I was at this past weekend, Mick was there, Mickey James was there, Christian was supposed to be there, he was not, but Matt Hardy was there, so that was good to see him.
Well, Matt's good to get along with. Matt's good.
He's so nice. Okay. Do we have time for one more? Okay, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go. This is from Sam's_23X.
Sam Knight?
I don't know, Sam's. Okay. Why do you think New Japan Pro Wrestling is often overlooked when it comes to wrestlers choosing promotions? Does New Japan Pro Wrestling have a show that airs weekly?
Yeah, they do, don't they? They used to. Kingdom, right? Or what is it? That was their pay-per-view.
Wrestle Kingdom is some of the greatest moments of,
That's the Omegas and all these guys come from. The Bullet Clubs, all New Japan, right?
Prince Balor, or whatever his name was at the time. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
So, yeah, they do. They did. I know they had one on Access TV, I think, for a while. I'm not sure if it's current or updated or anything with the COVID, but they did have one. What I think it's overlooked compared to what? AEW, WWE, or
we're just not
All Japan, or 01, or just Japan companies. I'm not sure. I'm not. How did you interpret that question?
New Japan. Okay, so I think it's just not maybe as visible here yet. Like, I know we have some visibility in, with Suzuki coming over and Tanahashi. I love Tanahashi. I can't even. But
yeah, I like sushi too. I just started trying it. It was really good.
Let's go get some sushi. Oh, it's too early, but next time. But I just think that maybe the visibility isn't, because when you're in Japan, it's the biggest thing. I mean, everyone goes to the Tokyo Dome to see these events. So I just think maybe it's not as visible.
I guess I've been around so long where All Japan and New Japan were mentioned almost before WWE and WCW when we were breaking in, because the opportunity is more you're working towards going there, because you thought so hard to get in there. But All Japan and New Japan were looked at as these elite places. So here in the States, it was WCW I broke in with Georgia Championship, but eventually it was WCW and WWF, which became WWE, and then over there was New Japan and All Japan. So they were just as big, rival, same as here, to Japanese and everything over there. New Japan and All Japan was like WWE and WCW here. So I don't know. Japanese wrestling over the years it's changed so much. They've taken on some of this Western stuff and some of the comedy, but there's not really any more competition over there anymore. So I think New Japan's it, right? To me. I'm
trying to remember who Chris Hero used to wrestle for. Noah. Thank you.
Yeah, but they're all I don't know, with the COVID and everything else. I think everything's really took a beating, But I think New Japan survived. They got dojos in LA, or I don't know if they still have that, or they had one in East LA for a while. And
I was going to say, there was a lot of crossover, if I'm right, with Ring of Honor. I know they had Evil, there was a couple guys from there that did Ring of Honor as well. So,
but yeah, I'm not educated up enough to say if they overlooked or not. I don't think they are, because everywhere in my wrestling world, they still hear about New Japan or somebody coming from New Japan or this or like that. So, no, I don't think it's overlooked. And yes, they have a TV show, or they did, Access TV, because anytime I'm on the West Coast, I see it. Well, I actually have Access TV on I think on my network.
It's called New Japan Strong.
New Japan Strong, there you go.
Saturday, 8 p.m.
Saturday, 8 p.m. on what? Access?
On New Japan World and Fight TV.
Oh, Fight TV and New Japan. Okay,
Cool.
There you go. So, there's
Super
your answer.
accessible, yeah.
Yep. All right. That it? That's all that was in the box?
For today.
And I'm super tired, so I guess that's good timing right there. So, welcome back. Good to have you
so
back.
good to be back.
Sorry, I seem a bit off my game today. I'm not sure
You're
what's
fine.
going on. I don't know if it's me coming off these meds, because I'm not supposed to come off them. I just decided to take myself off them for my life. Well, I'm winging down. I didn't quit. You know, I well, yeah, I am self-doctor. No, I just don't feel like being on all that medicine.
I don't like it either. I don't like the
It's
medicine.
like so. But thank you. It's so great to have you back. This was
Thank you.
episode 24, I believe. We covered, hell if I know, some releases. Like Karen Cross, and I don't know. What did we cover, Kickit? I don't even remember.
I feel like that was mostly it.
That was it.
We talked about our time apart. We talked about the We Will Overcome Part 2 show. We talked about, your story with Luna.
Oh, yeah, that's what brought the mood down. That sucked the air out of the room, besides Raymond being an energy vampire.
We have a theory, guys, about this guy over here in the corner.
No, I'm going to tell you, I know some real life energy vampires. He's not one. But I could point you at a few. Raymond's met one, neutral one that we had as a person. Raymond probably gave money to him to train at a school one time. That dude's an energy vampire right there. He would drain you for your every last bit of energy. Well, but I think it's just the universe is draining me my energy today, not Raymond, so I'm not going to blame him. I'm going to blame him.
We wouldn't be here without Raymond. Shout out to Raymond.
What's up, Raymond?
We appreciate everything you do.
Raymond's still stressing.
We need more candles.
Candles, chalices are empty. Candles are melted down. It's time to say goodbye. So let's get out of here. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough?
Take some. Bye, guys.
Thank you.